Well, if you're looking for an effective way to catch steelhead and something kind of new, but a tried and true that's been around forever, then Steelhead Yarnies are for you. Today we're going to talk about the Steelhead Yarnie, how to tie it up, and 2 different ways that you can do your weights for drifting the river. One thing I definitely have to say is that the Yarnie is a very overlooked rig considering the alternatives like soft beads, hard beads, because the yarn is very absorbent, and so it is a great opportunity to be using scents when you're out there on the water. Now, Steelhead Yarn rigs can be purchased just as the rig itself completed, and you can certainly use that. But I definitely like to tie them up myself because you get the opportunity to do any colors of yarns that you want to mix together and arrange it in a way that you like. Now, we're only going to need a few things for this setup. We're going to need some type of yarn. UV yarn is a good bet. I got this one at Bi-Mart for only $2.99, and I picked this one up over at Sportsman Warehouse. I'm not sure how much it was, but it couldn't have been any more than about $3. Side note, you can pick up these palms from Walmart. There's actually a pack of them, and these are actually kind of cool because they have a lot of the extra translucent. They're already in the shape of a ball. And all you got to do is just simply take your scissors and cut one of these in half, and you actually get quite a bit of tufts of yarn with that translucent pieces inside of it that you can use as well. Good little side tip. We're going to need some kind of weight system to push the drifting rig down. We're going to need a couple of beads. We're going to also need a smaller size corky. And of course, we've got to have a hook so that we can hook our fish. Now, there's 2 different types of weighting systems that I would recommend for drifting the yarn ball. The first one would be an actual slip weight that slides on the line down to a barrel swivel and then out to your leader. Now, the advantages of the slip weight is going to be that if the fish picks it up, the weight's going to be able to slide and the fish is not going to feel this weight. The downside is going to be that this weight may move around and put some distance in between the weight and the swivel, and it may grab on objects on the bottom. The second way that you could do it is you could tie on a clip swivel like this, and you could just simply clip on different types of teardrops or cannonball weights. The disadvantage to this is because the weight is in a fixed position. When the fish hits the leader, they're going to be able to feel that weight. But a good advantage to this is that if we wanted to change this weight size because we're drifting too fast or too slow, it's really easy to just take the weight off. This is a 1 ounce weight. Maybe I want to put a 1/2 ounce weight on there and just simply clamp it on. Now, if we were using the sliding weight, for example, we would actually have to cut the main line, slide the weight off, slide the new weight on, and then we'd have to retie onto the barrel swivel. So the clip swivel definitely gives the advantage to be able to switch very, very quickly. But either one of these weight systems is definitely going to do for you. First thing that we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to tie our hook onto the end of our leader. Once we've got a hook tied onto the end of a leader, we need to choose a couple of selections of yarn. In this case, I've only chose 2 colors. I've got my red with the translucent, and I've got some pink. Take these 2 colors and kind of stick them together, maybe twist them a little bit, just kind of blend these 2 colors together. Now we want to take our leader and we just simply want to loop around like so. And then we want to run the hook through the loop a couple of times, just like 2 times. And we've got this loop here in the line. Then we are just going to simply slide the yarn inside the loop, and we're just going to pull it nice and tight wherever we want it as far as distance from the hook. In this case, I usually give about 1 inch or so. The yarn's going to get wet and it's going to kind of hang down like that, so you can see it's pretty close to my hook. The next step, we just simply want to add a bead. And the final step, we're just going to add a colorful corky that relatively matches the colors that we are working with. We've got ourselves a yarn drifting rig. One other thing that you could do is you could take your scissors and you could trim this up to be a little more round ball-like. I personally like to kind of leave it long and let it have its different variations when it gets wet. It kind of looks a little bit more natural in my opinion. Well, there you have it, guys. There's our Steelhead Yarnie. Just throw this out in the river and let it drift along through the holes, probe through, and before you know it, you're gonna be hooked right into a steelhead. If you guys like steelhead, fishing soft beads for steelhead, I've got this amazing video on 4 different ways that you can peg your soft beads. You can find that video right here. Definitely be sure to check that out. And until next time, guys, stay fishy. We will see you.